For Wilkes-Barre Scranton.
So the Penguins, as you look at your TV screen, folks, they have the white home uniforms on. They will skate from right to left in front of starting goaltender Scott Monroe. Tonight's referee is Keith Cabal. The linesmen are Scott Adams and Jim Harper. The centerman is Ben Street. We are underway. Paul Thompson is out there with Colin McDonald, and here comes Andrew Gordon, just sent down from Anaheim. He's one of Bruce Boudreau's favorites from the old Hershey Bears days. Paul Thompson, good retrieval. There's a breakout, just like Coach Hines had asked. The team playing very quickly, moving forth. Ben Street with a hard hit. No cross-check. Syracuse wanted a call. Penguins being very aggressive. Nice keep in that time by Colin McDonald. Ben Street, known as a scorer, that time a high, hard forecheck, and there was no call on the play. Opening minute of action, Penguins and the Crunch. This is the 6th meeting. Syracuse has 3 wins, the Penguins 2. Penguins have not won a home game yet against the Crunch. They want to fix that tonight. Here's a nifty breakout pass. Thompson over that blue line. Chips a pass ahead for McDonald. They drill one deep, but it is line change time. That first shift almost went a minute long. We're yet to have a whistle. Here's a breakout by Syracuse, winding it up. It's alternate captain Patrick Maroon. He's a big guy, had a hat trick last night in that 6-3 home win over Norfolk last night up in Syracuse. Here's a quick check-in. Danny Sexton is a guy whose name you'll hear all night long, Penguins fans. This is a good, talented Syracuse team, and they come in transition. There's a slap shot, deflects high and wide off the back glass. Brian Lurg, who was a hero last night, knocks one ahead. Brian Gibbons tried to swashbuckle one, couldn't get it out of the zone. Nice keep in by Syracuse. Reverse breakout, Joey Mormina to Jeff Walker. Walker coming through the neutral zone. Walker, some good puck carrying, did not get it where he wanted though, and Syracuse quicks to throw it the other way. That's Maxime Masonauer. Good-looking prospect who's been up in Anaheim battling some injuries with the knee this year. Back to get it for the Crunch. That is Matt Smaby, who scored the first goal here 2 weeks ago in a 4-3 Syracuse win. There's a shot by former Penguin J.F. Jacques. Rebound, loose in the crease. Backhander, Monroe is saved. So Syracuse gets the first good chance, and Monroe gets the crowd cheering on a wonderful right pad save. Obi, you got to have that.
Again, you want that early goal again for the 12th time in 13 games. Monroe comes up big.
Here's the powder keg line. It is Ryan Craig, Zach Sill, and Brandon DeFazio, who has 3 of his 5 goals this year against Syracuse. Being a Clarkson graduate, he loves the upstate New York games. Here's Cody Wild. D-to-D pass over to Alex Grant, who's had a wonderful run of getting assists. He's got 13 assists and a goal this year to really rack up the point totals from Antigonish, his dad in the audience tonight down from Nova Scotia. Here's Joey Mormina, one of the captains ahead. Big Stevie McIntyre, probably the toughest man in hockey, certainly the American League. McIntyre, good forecheck, gets a stick on the play, uses that wide body, tries to slow down the rush, and Mormina will communicate with Philip Samuelson. Very aggressive forecheck that time by Matt Kennedy. Kennedy's played in all 38 Syracuse games so far this year. Here's Mormina, nice soft dump in. Obi, we've had hardly a whistle. Tremendous flow to the action so far.
I don't think one yet.
Here's Cody Chupp, a patented 4th liner here in Wilkes-Barre, and there's going to be a penalty on Syracuse. Delayed call. Brian Strait rumbles the puck to the far right wing side. Paul Thompson going to try to throw one on goal. Keeps it alive. Penguins sweep one back. Brian Strait tries to fling one around. He'll get it to McDonald. Penguins enjoying some extended extra time. Bortuzzo a shot. There's a blocker save that time by Marco Cusino, and Syracuse is yet to possess the puck. More hassle from Brian. Everyone's waiting for a whistle. The Penguins still have it. Finally a call. So we haven't even really had a chance. There's our referee tonight, Keith Cabal. First call of the night, and it's the first whistle. Scott Adams and Jim Harper, the linesman. Obi, it is going to be a boarding call and a nice power play for the Penguins.
Coming at 3:38 of the first period, Keith Cabal timely right as he made the first penalty call of this contest. He comes up on the television, and again, special teams. Penguins have done better, but still tied for 24th in the AHL, 15.3%. Penalty kill for the Crunch, been quite good in the last 8 games.
Time of the penalty, 3:38. That's Syracuse Zimmerman, 2 minutes boarding.
So Sean Zimmerman, who was not in the lineup last night, was in. Kyle Comiskey took a hard hit last night. He was cross-checked late in the game against Norfolk up in Syracuse. talking with Syracuse broadcaster Jason Lockhart, said it wasn't a train wreck injury, but he's out of the action tonight, so Zimmerman goes in. Penguins on a power play. It's been 6 games in a row, Obi, with at least 1 power play goal, and they're moving up slowly in the rankings, up over 15% now. Here's McDonald spinning off a face-off play. McDonald walks in, stuff play, good save by Cousineau. Marco Cousineau will get you to the goaltenders on the next whistle. Grant, a shot, just missed on the near post. Joey Mormina from Montreal, Canada, gets one behind the net to Jeff Walker. Good seal-off defense by Matt Clark, but the Penguins are moving the puck very well. Grant has a cannon, high riser, big save by Cousineau. Mormina faked a shot, has Cousineau moving around. Al Grant winds, fires right on goal. Big rebound to the far corner. Wow, the Penguins are looking good. Confidence is growing on this power play. Syracuse has an easy clear. Ooh, they took their time, and Walker kept the puck alive to Mormina. Joey, a shot that's off target, high and wide. Grant settles it, shares it to Ben Street. Street has been magic. Over to Mormina. Grant center point, kicks it across. Street, a one-timer off the outside of the goal post. That was close. Wonderful puck possession by the Penguins. McDonald looking to create some space. Good jiggle pass to Walker. Walker scored from that very spot 2 weeks ago against the Crunch on a power play. Here's Grant creeping in, wrist shot, big pad save. The rebound went right to Syracuse, and they'll send it down. Obi, that's a minute and a half of constant pressure.
Great pressure by the Penguins and some good chances. Just a couple that went just wide, particularly off the stick of Ben Street. Otherwise, it's 1-0 Penguins.
Penguins already with 6 shots on goal, and we've only played 5 minutes and 15 seconds. Paul Thompson gets the blue line, tried to force a pass through a tangle of legs. It hit a skate and clinked out to center ice. Ben Street backdoor to Thompson, who's really elevated his game. Here's Robert Bortuzzo, the D-man, going in deep, kicks a shot on goal. Cousineau has a kick save and a nice crackback rush this time by Maxine Masonauer. Masonauer getting big on the ice. Good backdoor pass. Penguins were very close to having 6 on the ice. That was almost a bad line change. Syracuse killed off the penalty, but I'll tell you what, the Penguins have to feel good with how well they moved that puck. Syracuse bats a puck out of thin air. Here's a race by Luca Caputi. Philip Samuelson took a nice angle to slow it down. Luca, good wing pass up on high. What a move, and there's going to be a penalty on Cody Chupp. So Cody Chupp simply was not ready for that speed. Wonderful explosion by Caputi. We're going to take a break, folks. This game is flying by quickly. No score. You're watching the Penguins right here on My Network TV. We'll be back. Penguins had a face-off at that Blue Cross blue line. They could not win it. The Crunch are having a much better penalty kill. And here comes Brian Straight at his own blue line. Kicks it across to Thompson. Good lift pass. It's Bortuzzo. Down the right wing side. Lurg rolled one in front. Nobody could get a stick on it. That was intended for team captain Ryan Craig. Bortuzzo, a shuffle pass. Too many black jerseys. Bortuzzo's going to get a second chance. Straight, a shot. Rebound whizzes wide. In the slot, Thompson fires. That's blocked as well. Much better work in the second minute here by the Penguins on this man advantage. Straight to Bortuzzo, puck on edge, it's blocked. Wonderful step-up block by Rick Schofield. Schofield then tripped Bortuzzo behind the play. There's still 12 seconds. Second penalty on Syracuse. Delayed call going in deep. Penguins try to bank one in front. Chop shot, loose in the crease. It's a hack and whack, and the Crunch will tie it up. There'll be 4 seconds to go on the original penalty. Syracuse has at least one more penalty coming. And referee Keith Cavall with his body language. Obi, what a final flurry in those last 30 seconds of the first power play. Penguins are going to get a second kick at it right now.
Well, the first unit almost got done during the first power play. Here's Ryan Craig right on top of the crease. If not for the stick of Mats, maybe. I think Craig's got going. Look at that. Almost trickles in off all the pinballing right in the crease. And Cousineau, who's been so good for the Crunch since getting called up from Elmira, he continues his strong net minding.
John Kurtz, who is a late addition to the Syracuse lineup, is going to go off for the penalty. This is a giant break for the Penguins. The power plays look good even though we're scoreless. Penguins outshooting Syracuse 10-2. Are you kidding me? Here is Street on the offensive draw. Penguins win it clean. Mormina hustles over to keep it onside, but he won't get it out. Now Syracuse comes out of the box. That's a shame. Joey was just very slow reacting to that play, trying to keep it onside. Penguins get a fresh 2-minute power play. What can they do with it? Alex Grant working along an aggressive forecheck from the very speedy Maxime Masonauer. Masonauer's had some knee injuries this season. Good breakout pass. That is McDonald working with Ben Street. Street trying to get some separation. Low wing corner, hard pass. Grant fields it like a champion. Mormina to Grant. Grant, a rip shot. He scores! Alex Grant is officially on fire. The Antigonish, Nova Scotia third-year pro rips a high, hard slap shot. Obi, this is how you draw it up in the film room. Look at that windmill blast. Bang.
And that is Jeff Walker right on top of the crease, setting the screen. Cousineau never sees it, and Alex Grant will get his second this season. A big 1-0 lead. You got to make the opposition pay for taking penalties, and the Penguins do just that.
Great net front presence by McDonald. Oh, and Walker out there. Here's the announcement on the goal.
Alex Grant, his second of the season. Assist to number 3, Joey Mormina. And number 13, Colin McDonald. Time of the goal, 11:46.
So the Penguins are now up 1-0. Syracuse comes right back. There's a slap shot, and they score right off the face-off. The next shift, Syracuse very speedy on the counterattack, Obi. That's a disappointing goal. Even strength right after all that hustle and flow by the Penguins. It's going to be a slap shot from the left point taken by Luca Caputi, and Monroe had the body language of a goalie who never saw the shot.
Never saw it, and I'm not sure if that was Gordon skating through, getting a piece of it, and it looks like it may have even deflected off of Brian Straight in front.
Yeah, that's a combination. Brian Straight, you either block the shot or get out of the way. That time it was a screen block deflection, and Luca Caputi has come back to haunt his old team, and Luca's going to get a goal. Here's the announcement. Ben Street ahead to Jeff Walker. Walker scoops one along. McDonald gloves one down right at center ice. Throws an area pass, but the Penguins on a line change. That is not good at all. The power play is over, and now the crunch in the last 30 seconds going to try to make a rush here. Masonauer working it back to Mark Frazier. Frazier and Bodie. JF Jacques whipping one in. Brian Straight reads the play, banks it off the glass. Nice control by the Penguins, and that time Syracuse had 6 on the ice. Are they going to call it? Are there 6 on the ice? Yes, there is. A bad line change. Too many men, so Gracie doesn't need his glasses. I've had the LASIK surgery with eye care specialist. Luca Caputi didn't like it. The problem for the crunch is the guy coming on the ice played the puck before the other fella got off. If he didn't touch the puck, they wouldn't have called the penalty. Syracuse takes a headache. Too many men on the ice penalty with 12 seconds to go. So now the Penguins will have an offensive zone face-off. Maybe get a quick one. If not, almost 2 full minutes of fresh ice power play time to start the second period. 1-1 tie. Penguins out shooting Syracuse 13-5. This is the 5th penalty in a row. Well, 5th of the period against Syracuse. This comes at 1947. And these calls will eventually even out, but right now the Penguins want to take advantage. Too many men on the ice. Brian Lurk going to draw. Lurk trying to kick one back.
Served by number 16, Luca Caputi.
Here is Paul Thompson. A steal bank pass in front. Good save by Cousineau.
Being served by Caputi.
So Caputi goes to the box to serve. Too many men on the ice. Nice shot on goal by the Penguins. They have 6 seconds left in the period. Now out shooting the crunch 14-5. That's a little bit deceptive because the Penguins have enjoyed so much power play time. And the Penguins, in fact, scored their only goal on a power play, and then Syracuse came back 24 seconds later and scored even strength. Offensive face-off for Lurk. He gets waved off. Ryan Craig, who's very good on the draw, will go in. Trigger man is Alex Grant. Craig back to Grant. Hard slap shot. Just missed the near post. That was steaming like a tea kettle. There's your horn. So a strong period of AHL action has come to a close. Referee Keith Cavall knows exactly how many's dished out to each side, and calls tend to even out over the course of the game. So this is the time for the Penguins to get it going. Syracuse wins the faceoff. They fire one deep, and here comes Alex Grant from Antigonish, Nova Scotia. At center ice, Grant turned it over. Maxime Masonauer is going to walk in all alone. Thank goodness the puck went the wrong way. That is a play that Alex Grant will learn from and hopefully never do again. You cannot cough up a blind hubcap at your own blue line. Good heavens, Ben Street was left out to dry. Here is Alex Grant. Now he's going to ice it. You can tell he was completely flustered. Obi, if you were going to teach a 5-year-old what a turnover is, that might be in the video on the film strip. My goodness, a nightmare.
Tough turnover for Alex Grant, and not the way you want to start this power play for if you're the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins, but still a minute 11 left, and it seemed when the first unit wasn't able to get it done, the second unit was able to put on some pressure and vice versa, so hopefully that's the case here.
Good news for the Penguins is that Masonauer somehow lost control of that puck. That was a scary shorthanded breakaway that went wrong. Here is Alex Grant getting a restart at the Blue Cross blue line, wheels it in deep. Grant's going to keep going, took a hard hit, and somebody had a yard sale. Good heaven, Matthew Carl lost a glove and a stick. Jeff Walker scrambles up to the near point. Penguins look a little bit out of sync right now. They want to settle it down and have a final strong 45 seconds. Joey Mormina, a slap shot. That is blocked easily by Carl. And what a keep in by Joey Mormina, and Joey's able to keep it onside temporarily. Too bad, though, Carl was able to retrieve his stick, and that time Colin McDonald had his pocket picked. Syracuse shorthanded backdoor play, good block by Grant. This has been an ugly power play. Let's hope the Penguins get out of this thing in the last 20 seconds with something good. Here's McDonald, center ice, going to zip one in. Marco Cusino in for Eero Tarkey, who's been a bit under the weather. Anaheim's had some goaltending issues. In fact, both Jeff Delorier and Eero Tarkey have spent some time in California with the Ducks. They sent one down, but not enough to be icing. Brian Gibbons trying to find his scoring touch. He only has one assist since December 13th. Trying to get, he was so dynamic in that first month and a half. Here's a rush by Peter Holland. He's good. Holland's shot blocked by Alex Grant. Very steady defensive zone coverage by Grant. And Zach Sill, who is as honest and tough as they come. Sill starts rumbling out of his own zone. Here's a lob pass. Gibbons with speed would love to get back on the scoring parade. Gibbons takes a hit to make a play. Nice give and go. Sill being roughhoused. Penguins should come away with a puck here. Nice hustle by Sill. Now it's DeFazio. Gibbons trying to sneak in front. Hard shot. DeFazio bloops at one. Brandon DeFazio keeps that puck alive. Backhander, look out, up by the chin of Marco Cusino. Brian Straight a shot. That deflects. Sill has been a wonderful net front presence on this shift. Finally, Peter Holland says the heck with it. And Syracuse zips one all the way down, taking a line change on the fly. 4 minutes gone. Here's a steal by Syracuse. Drop pass, hard shot. Monroe, a save. So that is two blatant giveaways this period by the Penguins. And Obi, Syracuse almost instills fear just on their reputation of how quickly they can strike.
And that's the second time that Ben Street was able to break up a potential breakaway. He was the one who got a stick on Max Masonauer on that shorthand chance. There he is, getting just enough of Troy Bodie from behind.
Walker taking one deep out of Charlottetown, Prince Edward Island. Walker had a huge goal against Syracuse 2 weeks ago. Gibbons tried to knock one in front. It is stolen by Patrick Maroon. Good back check by Gibbons, and we're going to have a penalty on the Penguins. You knew the makeup calls would start. This was an interference. 14 and a half minutes to go, Obi, and the Penguins are going to have to play shorthanded. An interference call on Wilkes-Barre.
Yeah, right as Brian Straight turned to get the puck that was dumped in the far corner, Dan Sexton collided with him. Yeah, borderline, but given the disparity in man advantage, it probably makes sense, and so PK for Wilkes-Barre Scranton goes his work.
So Keith Cavall, tonight's referee, is going to whistle Brian Straight 2 minutes for interference. And for you newer fans, you are not allowed to slow down a player on the other team if he does not have the puck. You can't get in the way. It's much like a pass interference call. See, in basketball, you can make a pick play. In hockey, you cannot. You can only hit a man who has the puck. So Brian Straight is off for a interference call, and the Penguins shorthanded. They may get something here. Zach Sill leads a 2-on-2 with Matt Rust. Sill coming in deep, takes his time, and now he'll go backdoor to Joey Mormina. Penguins are just trying to kill as much time as they can, and Robert Bortuzzo muscles a hard slap shot in. All of a sudden, there's 30 seconds gone, and Zach Sill has touched the puck again. Back to Joey Mormina. This is wonderful penalty killing. Bortuzzo's going to make Syracuse chase, and Bortz shoots it in again. Thankfully, Syracuse had a broken stick, but I'm seeing some careless plays by a lot of Penguins right now, Obi, that don't seem to be caused. It's like in tennis, they'll talk about an unforced error.
But I'm seeing more positive than negative. Listen, you're going to have your mistakes during the game, but Zach Sill comes hard twice from a forecheck, forces the turnover, and able to get it back to his defense not once but twice to get the clear. It's not going to have a perfect hockey game every time, but so far there's more to like than dislike for the Penguins.
Oh, you're absolutely right, Obi. That's well said. Syracuse with only 6 shots on goal now, and we've played the better part of 27 minutes. Here come the Crunch, working on a power play. Knockdown steal. Brandon DeFazio has 3 of his 5 goals this year against Syracuse, including a game winner up in Syracuse. Good job by DeFazio to get a puck deep. Ben Street, some wonderful penalty killing. Now the Crunch have Peter Holland leading a charge. J.F. Jacques trying to cut to the front of the net. Good steal by, that is Philip Samuelson over to Cody Wild. Ben Street didn't quite have the leverage on it, and now Brian Rodney, who's really good on the power play. Cross-ice pass shot, it's deflected in front. Rebound controlled by the Crunch. Rodney's pinching way in deep. Penguins have Samuelson battling. Brian Straight would normally be killing a penalty, and that time Brandon DeFazio with a wonderful play, Obi.
Great play to muscle that all the way out of the zone, but some quick transition for the
Here's
Crunch.
Syracuse, quick shot, big save. Monroe, rebound, not getting there in time. What a chance for Patrick Maroon. He can't believe he couldn't get it under control. Carl, a shot blocked by Bortuzzo. Wonderful job. Zach Sill couldn't get it out of the zone, but he's slowing things down in a good way. Syracuse trying to come away. Puck is on the blue line. It comes out of the zone, and that's going to do it on Brian Straight's interference call. A glorious chance for Maroon, and the puck would not cooperate. Here's a steal by the Crunch. Russ tries to guide one out of the zone. It's a good keep in by Sexton. He can move. Sill pops him into the boards. Mormina chases as well. Penguins getting very physical. Here's Brian Straight. He's rested out of the box. Dangerous pass out in front. Mark Fraser, a shot. Where is it? Off the goal post. It's in. Brian Straight sent a puck right up Broadway. A bad turnover. And Syracuse, that is just one turnover too many for the Penguins. And Syracuse, Patrick Maroon is going to make you pay. It's 2-1 Syracuse. Obi, that was an ugly shift.
Ugly shift right after the power play expires for the Crunch. And tough one because the penalty kill was so good for the Penguins. Again, shot for the point, double tip, Monroe right there. And a chance to clear, but Maroon using his strength to get the first chance that goes off the post and then just trickle the second chance in.
So Patrick Maroon is making early reservations for AHL Player of the Week. He had 3 goals and assists last night. He scored. Back live, Brendan DeFazio with a heads-up tip, forced the goaltender. Marco Cusino shot it right over the glass. Penguins get a power play, and they want to get something going. Joey Mormina. Quick pass to Ben Street. Good urgency in the Penguins game to win that face-off here and get things started. Behind the net, Walker trying to get tangled up. Here's a reach steal back to Mormina. Al Grant just onside. Grant walking in. Wrist shot, tip through a screen. Cusino squeezed the legs together. Jeff Walker with a textbook tip, Obi. That one is often going to go in. If we can get another look at that one, fellas. Great low shot by Grant and a wonderful tip by Walker.
I've been really impressed by Marco Cusino here in this contest. He's made the saves that he's been able to see. Again, that first goal by Alex Grant, he was screened, and right there is Walker. Got a stick on it, and somehow he's able to clamp those leg pads and keep it a 1-goal Syracuse edge.
And again, the net front from McDonald and Walker, that's exactly what it looked like when the Penguins scored on the power play before. Grant a shot through a screen. That looked like it hit the shin pad of Sean Zimmerman, and that puck just flew out of the zone. Here come the Penguins doubling back. It's Ben Street. Tough angle, hard shot, missed on the short side. Grant will hustle for a keep-in over to Joey. Mormina back to Grant. Street, top of the near wing circle. Floating in deep, looking around. Tried to pass one to Grant, and Al won't keep it onside. Good action.
Stick, but I'll take it, and that's a 3rd time in this about that from this defenseman.
So Zimmerman, his 3rd minor penalty, and we've barely played half the game. This is going to be a holding call or interference. Right there, you see the arm draped around McDonald, keeping the feet moving. Sold it as best he could. A 5-on-3 for 49 seconds. Coach Hines is not afraid to use a timeout if he wants to rest players, but right now he's going straight at him. Syracuse wins a draw. Too bad. A good keeping attempt by Alex Grant. And Syracuse is now going to fire it down.
Penalty 12-10. That's Syracuse Zimmerman. 2 minutes holding at 12-10.
So this is about as close to a gotta score power play as you can get this early in a hockey game. 5-on-3. Grant dumps one in, and McDonald going to settle on the near point. Here's Alex Grant. Backdoor play, holding it, shot, big save, rebound, Brian Lurg! It's a goal for the Penguins, and we're tied at 2. Brian Lurg's hand is hotter than a firecracker. He is just attacking the net, winning puck battles, a power play goal. And the good news, my friend, we've still got 91 seconds of power play time. Look at Lurgy just going to where goal scorers go.
And the Syracuse forwards, rather the 2 penalty kills, got caught on the fore side. It was a 3-on-1 down low. Walker comes in, puts it low, and then Cousineau, big rebound. McDonald can't get there, but Lurg can, and he puts in the open net. And Brian Lurg doing what he does all season for the 2nd game in a row, tying it up.
Lurg has 17 goals now to lead the team. Here's the announcement.
His 17th of the season. Assistant number 17, Jeff Walker. And number 20, Alex Grant. Time of the goal, 12:39.
So now the Penguins want to get moving. They've got 1:10 to go on the power play. That time Thompson could not field a pass. So Syracuse, Trent Yanni must be yelling one word to his guys, discipline. All the Penguins' damages come on the man advantage. Bortuzzo flips a high, hard one off the back glass. Good speed by Thompson. He forces a turnover from Kennedy. Bortuzzo, D to D over to Brian Straight. Bortuzzo, center ice point. It's Lurg. Back to Bortuzzo, quick shot, tip, rebound, it's loose. Oh, Thompson didn't put it in. We were all set to yell score, and it didn't happen. Bortuzzo again, a tip shot. Cousineau might have got a skate on that one. Thompson, I'm not sure what happened there, guys. It looked for sure like that was going to be a goal. Ryan Craig battles to keep a puck alive. Syracuse gets a bounce, and they fire one down to Monroe. 25 seconds to go, plenty of time. Oh, Paul Thompson was robbed on the doorstep. What a monster defensive play by the Crunch. Here's Alex Grant, already has a goal and assist. The crowd is into it, cheering, let's go Pens. Ben Street splits the D, coming in, he shoots, he scores! Ben Street goes down Broadway. Oh my goodness, Mike O'Brien. Lurg and Street should both be Pittsburgh bound the way they're scoring. They're hustling, converting, each end of a 5-on-3. Zimmerman's going to get a wrap call from Trent Yanni, and the Penguins have burst ahead 3-2. What a goal.
And the first time that the Penguins have scored 3 power play goals at home all season. I believe that's a season high overall, home and road. But finally, this power play for Wilkes-Barre Scranton looks unbelievable.
Here's the announcement from Bobby Day.
His 15th of the season. Assistant number 20, Alex Grant. And number 7, Brian Straight. Time of the goal, 14 minutes. Penguins pump.
So here comes Syracuse right back. Syracuse, both of their goals, even strength. All 3 Penguins power play goals tonight. How they've gotten on the board. Here's Cody Chupp. Haven't seen much from the 4th line tonight. Great play by Chupp to get a long clearing on net. Zach Sill out there with Brandon DeFazio. So we will take a break.
Whether it was as hard as we would have liked for the penalty, that remains to be seen. But this will be the 3rd power play of the game for the Crunch.
Penguins right now unofficially are 3 for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Crunch is 0 for 2, but they get a good chance right here. Gordon fakes a shot, kicks it over to Brian Rodney. Rodney does his best work on the power play. Deflection shot. Monroe sees it just dribble wide of the net. Here is Matt Rust call.
Penalty, 16-15.
Peter Holland trying to uncork one. There's a steal by Ben Street. Almost sent Zach Sill off to the races. Rust is off for an interference. This is a crucial penalty kill for the Penguins. Up by a goal against a very dangerous Syracuse team. Penguins are out shooting Syracuse 27-12. DeFazio got a piece of a puck but could not clear it. Rodney very good on that high blue line, man advantage. Center point, Rodney over to Gordon. Gordon taking his time, man wide open in front. Somebody's without a stick. It's Brian Straight. Rodney creeps in. Passing a puck around. Good job by Bortuzzo. DeFazio has given his stick to Brian Straight. That's what you're supposed to do. Play in front, and it deflects out of the zone. What a break. What I love there, Obi, no panic by the Penguins, even though they're under duress.
Brandon DeFazio playing his position, and nice catch there in the crowd after
And
the
look
puck
at
went
the
out play.
Alabama houndstooth. That's the Bear Bryant houndstooth check on the big pattern. And the cute little girl with the pink earmuffs, Obi.
What are those, bunnies?
I don't
I don't know,
are.
but strong attire, strong accessorizing there in the stands.
Yes, that's a very fashion-conscious section over there. Little lady with her bunny ears gets a puck. Right now, Joey Mormina, he throws a bunny the length of the ice. Not that we're splitting hairs. Good play by Mormina. 2:39 to go. Second period, 3-2 Penguins. Zach Sill back checking. Good pick-outs play by Joey. Shoots it down. I thought it was going to go on the bench. Mike O'Brien is getting set to head downstairs for his bench interview. A pair of goals on a 5-on-3 power play have given the Penguins the lead. Here comes Syracuse. They've got 30 seconds. Now here's Lurg. It's a poke check, shorthanded steal. Lurg walking in. He's hooked from behind. It's a save. This should be a penalty shot. There's a hooking call. Oh, Lurg looked like a clean breakaway. No penalty shot. But Brian Lurg, oh my goodness, it looked like a penalty shot. He darn near scored. Now Ryan Craig is coming out to ask, why not a penalty shot? You be the judge. Is he all alone? Folks, this should have been a penalty shot. Lurg went to the backhander. Oh, and it just clinked outside of the zone. Here's another great angle from the other side. Looks like Lurg's going to lift a backhander. There's nowhere to go. Nice job by Cousineau to stay deep in the net. This will wipe out the Syracuse power play. But again, folks, that looked like a penalty shot waiting to happen. A 2-minute hooking call on Brendan McMillan, and Brian Lurg has done it again. 4-on-4 hockey.
He won that Syracuse McMillan 2 minutes hooking at 17:51.
Here come the Crunch. They have good speed here. Back the other way. Shot. It is a nice pickup save. Kennedy trying to get in on Gibbons. Bortuzzo uses the size to settle things down. 1:53 to go in the second period. Scott Monroe has only faced 13 shots tonight. The Penguins, meanwhile, have 28 shots on goal. But the big number here is the 3-2 Penguins lead. 4-on-4 hockey. Penguins will go on the power play in 7 seconds if nothing else changes. And they'll have 1:35 of power play. About the rest of the period if you add it up carefully. Here is Grant ahead to Colin McDonald. McDonald with 2 huge goals last night. This time the Penguins are offside. Syracuse a steal. Penguins are on a power play right now, and Syracuse fires one all the way down. Penguins 3 for 7 on the power play. Can they make it 4 for 8? Here's Alex Grant with that very thing in mind. Blue cross, blue line, drills one in deep, takes a funny bounce off the boards. Good step up by Joey Mormina. Guides one to McDonald. Back on the point to Alex Grant, who has 3 points tonight, a goal and 2 assists. Ben Street, backdoor play, almost had Walker streaking in. Mormina dove to keep one onside. Penguins are battling, so is Syracuse. The Crunch will get the bounce, knocking it out of the zone. 1 minute to go in the second period. Plenty of time on the power play, 53 seconds to go. Street gets a run on his man, Mark Frazier. Bank pass in front, Walker just misses on a backhander. Jeff Walker's played strong. Floats one behind the net to McDonald. It's a slow play. Penguins get Ben Street on it. Grant, D to Mormina. Joey fakes it back to Grant. He's got the hard shot. Joey, far left wing point. Joey guides one on goal. It's tipped. Puck is still loose in the Zamboni corner. Syracuse should have an easy clear, and they misplayed the clear. Good heavens. And Grant collided with Ben Street. 15 seconds to go, so the Crunch prone to some errors in their own end as well. There's been a lot of exciting things here. Joey Mormina didn't like the look of that. 15 seconds to go. Here's Bortuzzo trying to generate something out of his own zone. Bortuzzo with speed blazes down the left wing side. Bortuzzo throws one towards the net. It deflects on a carom. Syracuse comes out of the boards. There's 3 seconds to go in the period. Quick shot. Monroe a save. Rebound slapped away. The horn sounds. The Penguins, of course, having a huge power play advantage, 3 for 8. Syracuse 0 for 3. You know the Crunch are going to get a power play or two this period. You just don't want it to be for bad reasons. Opening minute of play, third period. The Penguins in the home whites. Here's Ben Street coming over the Blue Cross blue line. Takes a wrist shot. Good stick block that time by Peter Holland. Peter Holland's been real good. Check that. That might have been number 27, Matthew Carl. Syracuse wearing the black jerseys down from upstate New York, representing the Anaheim Ducks. Here's a quick pass in front. Wonderful active stick by Brian Strait. Ben Street takes a hard hit from Brendan McMillan, but he takes the hit, makes the play, and the Penguins get a good, strong line change on the fly. Jeff Walker just missed stealing a pass from Brian Rodney. The Crunch would have been offside if it wasn't for a great back check. Gibbons leads a rush with Walker. Gibbons trying to dipsy-do up on high. Gibbons is just not getting his mojo right now. That time he stays with it, knocks a puck deep, and Walker on a rotation give had Cody Wild pinching in. Instead, the Crunch do not panic and they stay with it. Syracuse is just one shot away. Luka Caputi, cross-ice pass, backdoor bouncing puck, does not get on net. Here's a wind slap shot by Smaby. Dangerous rebound. Monroe got a piece of it. Syracuse is having a strong flurry right now. Andrew Gordon trying to bank a pass in front. Good seal off by Walker and Wild. And there's a touch pass. Alex Grant is going to take the body first. He'll flip a high one up by the scoreboard. It bloops all the way down, goes wide. This is going to be an icing call. So no puck luck that time for Alex Grant. 18-17 to go. Coach Hines with a concerned look on his face. But Penguins are back to full strength. Coming out of the box is Colin McDonald. Excellent outlet to Matt Rust at center ice. Penguins are grooving. 3-on-3. Rust knocks one ahead to Zach Sill. Sill tries to find McDonald. 3 men back covering for the Crunch. Colin McDonald, excellent forecheck. Now back behind the play. The Crunch trying to come out of their own zone. There's a high scoop. Will this be icing? No, it won't, because Troy Bodie's going to touch it first. Samuelson tries to pin him against the backdasher. DeFazio takes an angle. There's a quick shot. That time Joey Mormino seemed to be surprised by that quick puck. Penguins need a whistle, no question. Syracuse is buzzing, trying to walk in front. Thankfully a turnover as Paul Thompson was positioned perfectly. He knocks it down. Everybody can take a deep breath on the Penguins bench. Far wing point, and that time Grant fanned on a shot, and Ryan Craig trying to come back to slow things down. Syracuse would have been offside. Here's a bouncing puck. DeFazio lost control. Here's a steal, slap shot, dribble, it goes just wide. Wrap around bid, Cody Wild gets his skate on it. Penguins are in bad shape here. Here's a wind up from the far point. It banks off the outside. Good job. Grant is spilled. This should be a penalty on Syracuse, and they're not going to like the call. Let's take a break. Alex Grant, a perfect angle. 11:18 to go in the third period. Penguins on top, 3-2, going on the power play. Arena, you be the judge. Rick Schofield took the legs out from underneath of Alex Grant. Penguins get a power play. Syracuse bench not happy. Hard shot by Grant. Jeff Walker scores. Alex Grant has a 4-point night. And now it's on like Donkey Kong. Grant with a slap shot. Walker going where goals are scored. Swats one out of thin air. And the Penguins now have 4 power play goals. What an effort from Jeff Walker, and Alex Grant is having the game of his career tonight.
Alex Grant now with a goal and 3 assists, and again, that huge slap shot that we talk about so many times, and look at this hand-eye coordination by Jeff Walker. Bats it out of the air, bounces it across the goal line, and Jeff Walker picking up his 10th goal of the season, his 20th point.
Sun Arena at KC Plaza. Tom Grace, Mike O'Brien, we are having a blast here. The Penguins on top, 4-2, outshooting Syracuse, 33-21. Here come the Crunch. There's plenty of time left. This team gets goals in bunches. Good back check by the Penguins. Ryan Craig tried to dribble one ahead for Brendan DeFazio. It didn't quite connect, but again, anytime you can send Syracuse back out of the zone, make them start fresh, it's a good thing. Philip Samuelson could not clear the zone. Mormina stands up a hit. Crunch are getting something assembled. Great diving block by Jeff Walker. And Ryan Craig can play an area pass with the best of them. Here's Zach Sill stepping through. Shot missed on the short side. Great job by Cousineau to hold his ground. And those are the chances Zach Sill doesn't get every day. Obi made a nice bid.
Just put it over the crossbar after another great lead and pass
Oh boy, Troy Bodie comes in and hits Cody Wild on an icing call, and I think they're going to give Bodie a penalty here. When you know it's going to be an icing call, you just don't freight trade the man in. And Bodie is going to argue his cause. Maybe Bodie was legitimately trying to play the puck or did not know it was going to be icing. Either way, I didn't know is not a defense in hockey. Take a look at it, Obi.
Yeah, that's Wild right there. Oh, he just gets absolutely plastered.
That's clearly a penalty. That's ridiculous.
That's exactly what the NHL and AHL are trying to eliminate, and that'll be power play number 11 for the Penguins. Cody Wild, okay, and you know, I know that Trent Yawney has his team playing more aggressive and playing tough, but there's such a thing as too aggressive. I think we've seen that from Syracuse in this game.
Well, they have not allowed an even strength goal. Penguins have scored 4 times on the man advantage, and you get the sense they could get another one. Alex Grant, he's trying to get in there. I know Nick Peterson holds the record with 5 assists in a game. He did that up in Syracuse last year on our last visit of the season.
13:07. That's Syracuse Bodie, 2 minutes boarding at 13.
So the Penguins already with 4 power play goals. They're going to try to make it 5. 4-2 lead. These two teams will meet again tomorrow up in Syracuse, a special Sunday afternoon game at 3 o'clock. So we'd love to have you join us on the mountain, 102.3. Alex Grant sends one down. This will probably be an icing call. An accidental read that time by Grant. He thought that Ben Street was going to peel in and dive in for a forecheck, Obi. He tried to slide one deep and it just misfired.
Yeah, they can't be pretty all the time, but after you score 4 power play goals, you can't complain too much. Still a minute 29 left, and this would be the absolute dagger for the Crunch if the Penguins can convert again.
A minute and 29 to go on the power play. Just over 6 minutes remain in regulation. Penguins with a 2-goal lead, playing at home in front of a very boisterous crowd. Now here is a penalty. It looks like it's going to be on Syracuse. A hook, a trip on McMillan. So now another 5-on-3, Obi. I don't think I can recall a time when a team has played such an evenly paced game and taken so many minors. Syracuse just hasn't kept discipline on the sticks.
They have not kept discipline on the sticks. It's now the wave starting in the arena.
Nice wave.
McMillan, you know, that's just a penalty you don't need to take in Brandon McMillan. It's good to be aggressive on the PK, take away time and space, but you're putting your team at a disadvantage, a 2-man disadvantage to be exact.
McMillan and Zimmerman have each taken 3 minors apiece. Penguins with their second 5-on-3 of the night, and they scored on both ends. Here's Alex Grant. He's walking in. Grant across to Lurd, fakes the shot. Brian Lurd, top of the circle. Grant settling down, and that time Grant was a little careless, and Lurd's going to have to go out of the zone. That's too bad. You've got to play with urgency even if you have a 2-goal lead. Here's Alex Grant trying to wind it up. Good drop pass for Jeff Walker. Walker will leave it for Alex Grant. Grant spins around, fakes a shot, gets it to McDonald. Bottom of the near wing circle. Grant steps into one and he scores! Alex Grant, are you kidding me? Alex Grant has 2 goals, 3 assists, a 5-point night, and the Penguins are now 5 for 11 on the power play. Unbelievable, and they've got a minute and a half of extra time on the 5-on-4 now. Grant with a time bomb shot. Look at this, Obi. Walk us through it.
Grant, they've been trying to just set him up all night, and he just sneaks it by the right side of Cousineau. You heard it ping off the post.
Welcome back, Penguins fans. Our next televised game is going to be Saturday, February 4th against the Albany Devils. That's 2 weeks from tonight, and of course, on February 2nd at Cole Street, we'll have another live taping of Chilling with the Penguins. There's Gibbons on a wraparound. Zach Sill shoots and scores. Gibbons gets a point, and the Penguins make it a half dozen. Only Syracuse has simply had enough tonight. They're going to do a do-over tomorrow night up in Onondaga County.
They're going to do a do-over, and the Penguins looks like they're going to make it a perfect 2 for 2 through the first pair of contests of this 3-game weekend. And Brian Gibbons, we were talking how he's been using that speed but hasn't been able to get good luck with the puck, but a great wraparound and chance, and Zach Sill going to his home in front of the net and able to push it past the blocker, Cousineau. Cousineau's been so good since his call from Elmira. His stats are going to take a hit tonight.
1 in the second, 2 in the
His 8th of the season, assistant number 9, Brian Gibbons. And number 24, Brandon DeFazio. Time of the goal, 16:42.
So
Penguins goal.
it is DeFazio and Gibbons getting over to Zach Sill. 1 goal in the first, 2 in the second, 3 in the third, and that adds up to 6 for the Penguins. Cody Wild would love to get his first goal. Penguins on top 6-2. They're going to beat the Syracuse Crunch. They'll tie the season series at 3 games apiece. And tomorrow night is our last regular season visit, tomorrow afternoon I should say, our last regular season visit of the year to Syracuse. So if the Crunch
What kind of team, well, a different team Syracuse is without Kyle Palmieri, Nick Bonino. Yeah, there's a lot of talented forwards still on this Crunch squad with Holland and Sexton, to say the least, and Maroon, but just without those 2 players, it's a little bit different for Syracuse.
7 seconds to play. Cody Wild will bring it up to center ice, trying to chip it deep. Wild takes a hit, but that's going to do it. The fans are power play exhibition. Brandon DeFazio saves the game puck. The entire team is out to salute Scott Monroe, who has won again. That is 7 out of 8, correct, Obi?
That is 7 out of 8, 5th in a row for the Penguins, and they look to make it 8 in a row tomorrow night on the road up in Syracuse.
So